Good day, fellow Ranger people, or just anyone who's bored enough to watch a video that I've posted. But this is just a recap or update for anyone who's been following my work as of late. All these parts are from McNeil Racing Incorporated out in San Diego. They traveled about 3,000 miles to get here, and I waited like 3 years in anticipation just to get them. You know how parents are. I started a couple weeks ago with the front end. I was in an accident in August and hit a coach bus doing about 70, broadsided him. I got cut off by a guy in a white van that sent me into him, and that bashed in the entire driver's side over here. The bumper, the headlights, radiator support, grill, fender, everything was toast. Even the body mounts got ripped out of the truck completely. I ordered all that stuff from LMC Truck. It was only about $500 for all the front end parts. It wasn't actually that bad. We used the Jeep. You can see the scuff right there a little bit. My dad, we used his Jeep right here to yank that back, put some toe straps on it, and parked this up against the curb. Yanked it. It went a little bit too far, so we had to use a tree and a rag to straighten that back out. The measly little 4-banger power plant right here. If you're all fans of that, I know. Soon to be getting another Ranger with a 4-liter in it and 4-wheel drive like this has. Not going to transfer these parts over. I'm just going to transfer the engine and drivetrain. I like the 4-cylinder, but it needs a little bit more oomph, especially if I'm going to be getting bigger tires. Anyway, onto the fiberglass. The front end actually wasn't that hard. It was kind of like plug and play. Just drill out the old bolt holes. I haven't put them all back in yet, but you can see they had them pretty much marked right where they were. So we had to realign the hood too. That was probably the hardest part of this whole part up here, the front end. Just realigning the hood. Lights were pretty simple, self-explanatory. Got blue halogen bulb. I didn't really want to go for the Pep Boys look, but they were, you know, price you really can't beat. LMC Truck's a good place to go. Kind of want to get some, I don't know, rubber of some kind to put in here. I don't want that alternator to be that bare all the time, but again, after an engine swap, I might start to consider that. Zach Baird on Ranger Forums. I got these from him last summer, maybe, 2010. These things have held up great. I love them. I got them rhino lined, just like the front bumper. That front bumper was from Dixon Brothers Racing. I believe they're out in California. They should be anyway, which is, all these companies keep asking me if I'm going to come and pick it up or have it shipped, and then I give them my area code, which is all the way in Delaware, and they're like, oh, what business do you have trying to make a Prerunner? The bedsides, probably the worst part I've had to go through was just cutting everything. There's the inner fender right there. I still need to trim that off. But just hacking the old bedside off and keeping the top rail up there underneath for support was just painful. This truck was given to me stock probably four or 5 years ago from my grandfather, so it's got some sentimental value to it. But here you can see the supports that I've fabbed up for this. Just some steel with holes in it from the Home Depot. All grade 8 bolts, all with lock washers, lock nuts, everything. I wanted the best, that way nothing comes off or anything. I still think up there needs something, but we'll see. Hopefully I don't break another shackle anytime soon. I gotta love leaf springs. Taillights, probably the worst part on here, trying to get everything to line up. Since you're putting a bigger gap between this part right here and the old bedside metal, these bolts are a little tougher to get in. you got to kind of force everything. You don't want to force anything too hard because, you know, it's fiberglass and you don't want to break anything. The bedside, that was kind of a pain because the rail they give you isn't as thick. It might be exactly the same thickness, but with the rhino lining on top of there and all that, it's kind of hangs up a little bit, so you have to get your drilling exactly right or else you're done. And next to my stepmom, it has a nice chip in it, but these are getting rhino lined on the top anyway. Oh yeah, angle grinder, you need one, just to let you know. My uncle recently passed away, and I bought about $3,000 worth of tools from his old garage, all contracting stuff. Anybody needs a good hitch? Good old Reese hitch there for you. Trying to take the this old spare mount out because I'm gonna get a tire gate pretty soon and a receiver bumper, so I won't be needing that anymore. That won't even hold my tires that I have on there now, which are 32s. And soon to come after the engine will be a long travel kit and probably a 9-inch rear, maybe 35s. I don't know, we'll see. 37s sound way out of the question, so. Anyway, that's the progress so far, and I'll keep you updated. See you.